Hey, Chris, what's going
Finally, so sorry about that, man. If I forget to put one thing in my calendar, it's just all fucked.
on?
So I
Cool.
had a rehearsal downtown that ended at 7, and then interview at home. So yeah, but I'm here now.
Good, 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 good. Well, were you working or
Hmm?
working out?
What?
Were you working or working out?
No, rehearsing.
Oh, cool, cool,
I
cool.
got I got a gig tomorrow. No, on Thursday with a different band. So yeah,
Yeah,
and I completely forgotten about it.
cool, cool,
Not working out. No.
cool, cool. Wow, do you ever take a break? All I've been doing is seeing you doing touring, 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 pictures, touring.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's we just make a lot of stuff. I think, like at this point, we finished with the tour. We headlined a festival in Norway, and now we're gonna Suicide Bombers are gonna work on the next record. But
Right,
I got this acoustic band as well that I'm doing with the singer from my old band, and we're gonna do two more shows this summer.
right, yeah. Uh, cool, cool. Let's first go back to Trashcan Darlings.
Yeah,
Um, Tell me a little bit about how that band gets started, and were you the main focus of the band when it got started?
I was the one who initiated it.
Okay.
I'd written two songs. I think they both got released. One called Angel Lost and one called Low Dancing Girl.
Uh-huh.
And wanted to do a glam band really.
Mhm.
So I got some people together. None of them were working. Just didn't work. They didn't look right. I mean, this was the mid 90s. Everyone was into like flannels and
Yeah.
earth colors and ugly shit like that. And so I found this singer, Strange Gentle, and from there on, it kind of became our band. I mean, all the members were very involved in stuff like this, but it was the brainchild of me and him.
Right.
Uh, it was difficult. It was the mid 90s. Nirvana was still big here, and we were wearing red lipstick and just wanted to like, yeah,
Well,
play glam. But
uh-huh.
we changed it up a bit. We were sick and tired of like the glam metal stuff by then. So we wanted to. We were inspired by the 90s LA bands like Glamour Punks, Heartthrob Mob, Queenie Blast, these kind of bands. So
Mhm.
like Ramones type melodies, like Beach Boys on speed, and then just
Right.
like yeah, you know, so I liked it. We called it glamour punk, but I think it was punk attitude, glam looks, and rock and roll music. Really, we were also inspired by like New York Dolls and Hanoi Rocks and stuff like this.
Right. Yeah.
Did did a couple of records, did 13 tours of Europe, mostly Germany, and disbanded in 2008, I think.
Tell me about Johnny is a Drag Queen, 1999.
Yeah, that was our second 7-inch single.
Uh-huh.
Uh, and it was oh shit, it was written by me. And
Uh-huh.
we were this kind of young band, so we were just writing songs and playing live. And then when we got a record deal for a single, we just decided what's the strongest song that we haven't released yet, and we had only released two songs, so that was quite kind of easy. So our first single was "I Just Want to Die on a Chemical High," and then it was "Johnny's a Drag Queen," and I think it was one of the songs that worked well live, and also melodic and catchy. And it was also, this kind of 90s glam thing wasn't like I mean, the 80s LA scene. I love all of those bands, but those
Right.
were like they were like jocks with lipstick.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
Whereas the 70s thing and also the 90s thing was more kind of like more sexy and dangerous. And
Right. Yeah.
we were also into stuff like Gigi Allen and Wayne County and the Electric Chairs and stuff like this. So we were doing this kind of stuff as well. And I just think Johnny's a Drag Queen was a good one.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. Tell me a little bit about Metal Pirates, your Running Wild tribute band.
Oh shit, you want to talk about that? I had I didn't really know Running Wild, and then I all of a sudden got introduced to them, and I started liking them, and I was writing reviews on just like my initial thoughts of the records as I was listening to them, and I had a day job in a porn store at that time, so I could just sit and listen to music because the
Right.
customers didn't really want to be bothered, you know.
Right.
So I would write reviews on an online Norwegian forum, like a metal forum about the records, and then I got contacted by a couple of guys from a serious heavy metal band who were really into Running Wild. It was a drummer and a guitar player, and they also knew a bass player who would be interested in doing it, and they were asked if I wanted to sing. So I figured, why the hell not? I'll do that, you know. But it was very. I hadn't really sung lead vocals at that time, and I found it. He has a kind of much higher pitch than I had at that time, so
Right.
it was a little difficult. I think we ended up playing like a small festival, and then I just threw in the towel because there was too much going on with Suicide Bombers, and also I didn't feel like, you know, th-
Right.
this metal thing wasn't really my thing, even if I love the music.
And what type of music did you grow up with? What's some of the bands in your early days you really liked?
The first band I really liked that stuck with me was Kiss. I mean, I was into Europe and Bon Jovi and Aha and a lot of stuff like that in like '85 when I discovered music. But Kiss was the first one. But with Kiss, I was always, I mean, this was probably '86, and
Uh,
I was more discovering their '70s stuff, you know, with the makeup and like the
right.
six first records.
Uh-huh.
Uh, so it was when I discovered Wasp that I kind of really found the band that was kind of like more of my generation.
Right.
Even if you know the debut had been out like a couple of years before, I think I saw the "I Don't Need No Doctor" video on television. It was just blew me away.
Right. Yeah.
Got all their records, and then after that, it was like Vaden, LA Guns, Faster Pussycat, Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue, all of these bands for a while, and then I got a little fed up with like like the LA scene, and I was into punk, like the Sex Pistols and Dead Boys, stuff like this for a while. Then more metal stuff, and now I'm back to the '80s kind of thing, you know.
Let's go to the Suicide Bombers first album, Criminal Record, um, in 2012. Tell me a little bit about that album.
That was the debut album, and most of it was written before the band got together. I mean, the first lineup of the band.
Right.
Um, I Trashcan Darlings had broken up, and knew I wanted to do like more of a hard rock style of music.
Right.
There were already like Crash Diet and bands like this coming out of Sweden, and I figured, you know, this is a good time to do this. I mean, Crash Diet got signed to Universal, I think.
Right. Yeah.
So I wrote most of it before I could sing and before I had a band. And then
Mhm.
it was, again, it was really difficult finding the members because I had been playing like rock and roll and more punk style
Right.
music for a while. I needed a drummer who could do double bass. I needed a flashy lead guitarist.
Mhm.
Uh, my Ace Frehley licks wouldn't cut it for that band.
Uh-huh.
Found, found the guys, and I think the object of that record was to like make a classic like debut album, not be one of those bands who release a turd first and then get
Right.
back. And I think we achieved that. When I listen back to it, I'm still very proud of the record. I think the sequencing is a little fucked up, and I think I could also probably have changed the key around for some of the songs to be better for my voice. But then again, I finished all the lead vocals in like 2 days, so it wasn't, you know, it was fairly quickly done. But I think it worked out fine.
Why do you feel Sweden, um, really people around the whole world look to Sweden for the best music? I, I don't, me too. I think all the, best music's coming out of, Europe, Sweden and stuff like that. Not the US, but,
No,
yeah,
well, you got Wheeler Walker Jr. then.
yeah. So what is it with Sweden?
Well, Suicide Bombers are not from Sweden, so I
Right.
think you got the
Right.
best music in Norway. No, but historically, I think I think Sweden had like a breakthrough in their confidence already with ABBA in like
Oh,
the
yeah.
Eurovision Song Contest sometime in the 70s, and from there on, the Sweden just kind of latched on, and they had success with Roxette. They had Europe, they had this
Right.
kind of stuff, and also like in the 80s, the record companies were based in Sweden.
Oh,
So,
oh,
so if you came from any other Scandinavian country, you had to break your own country. But the key to go to like the UK and America would be to also break Sweden. But
right,
Swedes don't like Norwegians a lot, so that was very hard. So,
right.
so like you see, like Aha, the pop band, TNT, the hard rock band,
Uh-huh.
they all went abroad and did it from like London or from the US and stuff like this, because you couldn't really do it from Sweden, but that was where the record labels were.
Oh,
So
oh,
I think they had their foot in the door like earlier than like Denmark and Norway and Finland.
right, yeah.
Same with Hannah Rocks. I mean, they went to the UK and just
Right.
moved there, and there wouldn't have been anything if they wouldn't have done it.
Let's go to the next album, Sex Tapes, in 1915, 2015.
Yeah, it wasn't 1915. I'm not that fucking old. No, it was that was more of an accident, actually, because we were spending a lot of it was taking way too long to write songs for that record.
Right,
Like there was members of the band that really wanted to contribute to the songwriting, but they weren't really doing the work,
right.
we weren't really connecting on the writing thing. I don't want to be mean or anything.
Uh,
So we had gotten some songs together, but it wasn't really, happening. And then the lead guitarist wanted to, at the time, a guy called Lazy Leather, he wanted to release Blade Runner Tokyo Nights just as an online single. And
right,
I was just like, fuck no, I'm not into that. I want to release records. I want to go out and tour the record. I want new band photos. I want interviews and reviews and everything that goes with a record release, not
right.
just a fucking silly online single. So we didn't do that, but then we were invited to be on a Backstreet Girls. That's another Norwegian band,
Uh-huh.
a tribute album for them. So we recorded their song "Devilicious Boys," and then all of a sudden we had two songs.
Mm.
We were just like, let's just do the songs that are finished and make a mini album.
Right, yeah,
I I think that was also Lacey's idea, just to get something out there. And on the first record, we have this great intro, one of the best intros of all time, and a great outro on the record. And we had gotten so much shit for that.
uh-huh.
Um, in reviews, they were like thinking we were Steel Panther or something, and I was like, I think I enjoy Steel Panther live, but they're a cabaret show with their own
Yeah,
soundtrack. We are doing this for fucking real, we're larger than life as well, but we believe our stuff, it's not a
right,
joke.
yeah,
So I figured this time we'll put intros before every fucking song, and I will write the press release and send to the media where I will say that this is the soundtrack to the best movie never made, and
right,
you can listen to the whole thing and experience the whole record.
right.
Or if you're too stupid for that, you can just listen to the songs like a conventional record. And then nobody was giving us shit for like the 7 intros or what we put on there. So I was just like, yeah, at least I can write press releases.
Are most of these CDs and music out of print now?
Hmm?
Are most of these CDs, like the releases, are they
No,
out of print? You can still
no,
get.
we have CDs and vinyls left of all the records. The first one is running really low on CDs.
Right,
I haven't really counted in a while, so I'm not sure. And we have them all over the place. So I gotta get people to send me the numbers. But they're still all available. But if you're looking for CDs, I probably wouldn't wait too long with getting the first record, because
right,
that's nearly sold out. And we probably won't repress it on CD, because I don't know about the US, but we sell mostly CDs in Japan and Germany.
right.
In Norway, we don't sell much anymore, so it's not.
I mean, CDs are a little difficult now because computers in the US don't have CD-ROMs.
I
Also,
know, and cars don't have it
yeah,
either.
I'm going to
So,
mention it. Yeah, cars
so
don't.
people are Bluetoothing Pandora or Spotify or whatever in their car, and it's like. So I think it's at least I have a lot of American friends, and I think most of my American friends are more into records now than they are
Right.
CDs.
I think so too. Yep, definitely. So. Let's go to the next album, Suicide Idols. This game,
That
2017.
Yeah, that's a holy record, and it's above and beyond any kind of criticism. Like a holy book, like the Bible or the whatever the other fucking books are called. It was just an idea to do it like that. It was the last record with the last part of the first lineup of the band. I mean, I changed one member for each record,
Right,
kind of. And it was a little bit of a difficult record. Everyone was into it when we were recording it, but the guitar player quit while we were mixing.
right,
So we had an argument about something, and then he was just like, okay, then I'm going to quit. And I was just like, yeah, okay, you can quit if you want to, but then we're going to delete all your tracks and get a new guitar player to do them. And
right,
do you really want to do that, or should we just like uh, snuff it out and do the concerts at least that are already booked? And he was really into that, and we had a great time. I mean, he's a cool guy, but it was just like we weren't like collaborating like we should.
right,
uh so the tour was only like half a tour, and it was just Norway for that record. We got some good songs in there. We still play the title track. We still play Ready for Tonight. On this on the latest tour of Europe and the UK, we played Keep an Eye on You, and we got Tonight as well. So it's a good record. It's not my favorite Suicide Bombers record, but it's thinks it's still a good one.
In 2019, the album Murder. Tell me a little bit about that.
Murder Couture, that was I think that was the first album with the current lineup of the band, and it was we had C Slim on bass. He had been there from the Sex Tapes.
Right,
Lyle Starr had been there from Suicide Idols, and from this record, we also got Stevie Tease on lead guitar. He's a world class lead guitarist. They
right,
all are world class musicians. And at that point, I was kind of analyzing a little bit what worked with the songwriting.
right,
And since we had, I mean, Stevie was still new, but I figured we will play more to our strengths and try to really do this time. And I think that was a huge step up for us. I think the production is also better than the earlier records, and we still play a lot of songs from that one. We also upped the videos for that, actually, because that's the first time we did something beside band performances. So we got some girls in the videos and had more fun at the shoot.
Well, for me, it seems like the album in 2024 really pushed Suicide Bombers up to the next level, the All for Candy. I mean, you got huge press from that.
Yeah, we did. It was insane. I mean, it already started with Murder Couture, but with Murder Couture, we had COVID in between, so it kind of all got it. We managed to do Norway, but you can kind of feel it. But with All for the Candy, it was just like I was. Uh, I haven't really counted, but I felt that I was doing interviews every day for weeks, and I was just like, what the fuck is this? I'm not Bob Dylan, or he probably doesn't do interviews, but it was different podcasts, different radio shows, different magazines from all over the world, and I was sitting here drinking and every day and talking about the record, and it was just a huge push. And uh that's also been the record where I mean, we toured Norway the first year, played like every part of the country, and then last year we went to the UK and did 10 shows there, ended at a festival. This with Continental Lovers and the Trench Dogs, and this year we went to Europe and played Belgium, Germany, Austria, and another festival in the UK with Smoking Snakes and Crazy 69, and that was so it's been a really good record for us.
Now, you said you're going to be working on a new album. Can you tell me anything about that?
A little bit, maybe, if you
Okay.
ask nicely. Okay. Well, the thing is, there's been so much like work with All for the Candy and also like stuff going on in my private life. So I got a little behind on the writing for the next record because there was like with the other records, you kind of feel when the record is done because you played all the concerts that you're going to play. But here we just get different offers all the time. And it was just, and I was also busy in my private life. But I started writing seriously for the next one in the autumn last year.
Uh-huh.
And I very quickly discovered that I'm writing two albums at the same time because all these songs can't fit on one record. It's not, it
Right.
wouldn't be good. They're all great songs, but it wouldn't be a great record. So,
Right.
so I think I've written about 1.5 records now, probably a little bit more, and I have tons of ideas I just need to finish.
Uh-huh.
Uh, we already have the title. We have we haven't done the photo shoot, but we know what it'll look like. We know
Uh-huh.
what color the logo will be. I know which girl will be in the video. She's very excited about it, and I am too. And we probably also know which songs are the singles. We just have to discuss it a little more. So I think uh we have we rehearsed like five, maybe we rehearsed 6 songs, but I think 5 of them are going on the record.
Right.
uh and the other ones are almost done, but we haven't really had the talk yet as a band, you know. So I think we have one hit missing, but I'm writing it at the moment.
Right.
It's gonna be a little bit more of a personal record for me because the last, not the last year, but the last couple of years, there's been a lot of stuff going on. I mean, All for the Candy was, I finished the songs for All for the Candy in 2021.
Right.
And it just took forever to record, and it took even longer to mix, and it wasn't released until February 2024. So since 2021 until today, there's been a lot of stuff going on in my private life, and I figured this is like our 6th record,
Right.
and I just want to open up about some of that stuff. So it's the first time I told the band that I need these lyrical themes to go on the record.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of songs about pussy. You know, don't
Uh,
get me wrong. We won't scare anyone, but we're like, I said I have these 4, like these are the cornerstones of what's
right.
been going on, and I need these lyrics on there. And I said that before I'd written the lyrics or the songs. Those songs are finished now, and I'm really hoping they will be on the record because it's really important to me.
Right. Yeah.
We also we have, you know, we always have an outro on our record, and
Right.
it's always called something and then over and motherfucking out, which is what is being said.
Mhm.
So this time I had a great lyrical idea for probably the darkest lyrics I ever wrote for, and I figured we end the album with a song called Over and Motherfucking Out this time.
Yeah. Oh, oh, oh.
So yeah, so that's written, and we actually started playing that in Germany. I think on the second gig of the tour, we just skipped, I think, Out of Love from the last record. I
Right.
wanted to save my voice a little bit, and we ended the concert with this. And it's a really fucking hard tune. It's just like hammering on the B chord, and it's like, and it worked really well. I mean, nobody had heard it before, but they were like, "It's a great song."
Oh, oh, oh.
So that's definitely gonna be on there because that's one of the ones everyone likes.
Right. Will it be out this year?
Now we're hoping for next year, but we're not really sure because I mean, it always takes forever with us. It's been uh, we never had anybody fast to do mixing. We're
Right.
hoping to get one the next time. We kind of pointed out a guy who's really good and who can turn it around fast. But then again, it's like Lyle is really quick. He does drums in 2 days.
Uh-huh.
Slim does bass in probably one day, but me and Stevie are so slow. You know, I'm quick with my guitars, but I go over my vocals a million times, and he takes forever to do the solos. So you have no clue when the recording will be done, but hopefully we'll get it out next year.
Was there any chance you guys play in the United States?
Yes, if somebody books us and fixes this work visa kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
And that's so fucking. I mean, I have family in the US, so I really don't want to do like a lot of bands do and go on a tourist visa and then maybe be expelled for a while, because I want to go see my family when I can.
yeah,
And and but it's just so difficult. And I mean, it's so old fashioned because in the past you kind of had to break the US to make it, and now the
right,
US don't really matter like that anymore. I mean, it's still a big market, but I mean,
right,
most of the American bands I know can only tour the coasts now because
right,
it's not because it's they play somewhere in the middle of America and there's 14 people, you
yeah,
know so it's not really economically viable, but we would love to do that. But I think what I'm really hoping to do is to probably go on the Monsters of Rock cruise. We're trying to make that happen because then we don't need work visas because we're not really working in America.
right, yeah, yeah,
But I'm not sure. I know there's a lot of good people like pitching for that and working for us to get on there, and at least we'll get to play to a lot of our American fans. But then again, we had like I had friends, like online friends that I known for years, that flew into England to see the Mayhem Rock Festival
right.
because partly because we were on there, and of course for the other bands. And one of the guys came to like two shows in Germany as well.
Right.
So there exists American people who've seen us live.
So you guys have merchandise available, and where can people get it?
Mostly at shows. We don't really have a web shop for it. We
Okay,
have, I mean, we had for a little while, but t-shirts and stuff like this don't really sell online. You sell them at shows, and I mean, um, I guess we could probably set up something ourselves and do it, but to have someone take commission out of t-shirts that don't really sell makes no sense. So it's just, if somebody is curious and wants something, just drop me a mail on Facebook, and I'll be happy to take pictures and see what sizes we have left and
right,
work it out like that. Also, if people get records or CDs or stuff directly from us, we also, of course, it's easier to get signed stuff, and we can also
right.
add some extras. But we have a good guy, Frontline Entertainment in America, who does CDs for us, and he also has signed stuff, and that will make it. Sorry, that will make it domestic shipping rates for Americans. Yeah, you can find him on eBay, I think, and he also has a big cartel store. So it's
So what's the rest of the year look like for you guys?
well, I think now we're getting close to summer, and I think we'll continue rehearsing the new songs
Right.
and try to get try to really pin down the songs for the record. I mean, I do detailed demos, and Slim does as well. Our bass player is also a songwriter.
Uh,
So this it's more than skeleton songs when we deliver them to the band, but you still have to flesh them out. I want, like, this will be our third record with the same lineup, and I think at this point I really want like Stevie to contribute to the riffs, and Lyle to do what he wants to do with the drums and stuff like this, not just like bang out my demos. So I haven't really bothered with all the layering riffs and stuff on these demos because for this record I'm in a lyrical and a melody mood.
right. Yeah.
So I could just as well write the songs on bass because it's not. I do, of course, placement riffs, and a lot of them are really fucking cool. But but a lot of them also needs to be like fleshed out and changed. So we got to pick the 10 songs and then just work on them.
You're going to put it out independently?
We always do.
Yeah, I know. I looked at your stats and stuff like that. So you always do. Yeah,
We've been offered several record deals. I think the main problem is that I've been in this business too long for
uh-huh.
any dumb fuck with a calculator to trick me like that. And there's no money in records anymore.
Right.
So a record label will make a fancy calculation, where it looks like they're paying for shit, but they're not really doing it, and you're not making any money, and you don't own your own record for any foreseeable future, and
Right.
it's just bullshit. And most of the guys I know who's on labels, even like medium-sized to big labels,
Uh,
don't sell more records than they would do if they wouldn't have a label.
right.
So
Yeah.
what so
Right. So,
we pay for everything, we own everything, and then we have a worldwide distribution deal through our own record company, and it makes a lot more sense because uh, we can pay for it,
right.
and then we make more money off it as well.
Well, Chris, it was great talking to you, and I appreciate the chat. Can't wait for the new album. Send me some tracks when you get a couple done, so I
we'll
could hear
de-
it.
we'll definitely do, and I'll remember to send you some pics when I make the new ones as well, but it probably won't be until the next record.
Okay, cool, cool. You have anything to say to the fans out there?
Yeah, I want to say, all you guys listening to this, follow us on your favorite streaming platform. Follow YouTube Suicide Bombers Music, Suicide Bombers Official on Instagram, and Suicide Bombers Music, I think, again on Facebook, because it's just silly, but like concert promoters and festivals are looking at these numbers
Right.
to like see what they're gonna book, and we need you guys, and you need us.
Cool, cool, cool. Thanks a lot, Chris. I appreciate it.
Over and motherfucking out.
Talk to you later, man.
Talk to you.